so easy to go at the start of the year, put a budget in place and kind of say, oh, this is going to be our expenditure for the year, and never go back to it and review it. But now more than ever, it's really key to make sure that you've got a handle on that.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying at home. I hope you're staying safe. Welcome back to another video. This time I'm talking to Pippa from Harrison, Beale & Owen. HB&O are a firm part of the DFK network, and again, as with there's maybe a bit of a theme coming here, I've worked with these guys for quite a little while now, and so there's some great tips coming up from Pippa, certainly a little bit more on the innovative side and trying to think a little bit more laterally about keeping your business moving forwards. So let's go and see what Pippa had to say.
My name's Pippa. I work for Harrison, Beale & Owen, which is a firm of accountants based in Warwickshire and Coventry. I'm a client manager servicing a portfolio of SME clients from a wealth of industries, marketing firms, construction firms, solicitors, professional services and the like. So the key thing that we're advising clients to do is to ask for help. There are so many government schemes available to businesses and now to self-employed people, from deferring tax payments, for the self-employed, they're now not having to make their July contributions until next January, and VAT payments now don't have to be made until next year. The government are offering to refund 80% of wages for employees that you have to furlough for the time being, so that you can retain them and redundancies don't have to be made. In addition to that, for the three key sectors, there are grants that are being offered, and for businesses that qualify for small business rates relief, there's grants as well that will come through your local authority that are coming soon. It's also important to speak to your professional advisors as well. So if you have an IFA, an accountant, a HR advisor or a solicitor, they're going to be really key in offering you advice, but don't be afraid to pick up the phone and ask them for help to ensure that you understand everything that's available to you. So one of the key things that we're telling clients to do is to regularly review their outgoings. It's so easy to go at the start of the year, put a budget in place and kind of say, oh, this is going to be our expenditure for the year, and never go back to it and review it. But now more than ever, it's really key to make sure that you've got a handle on that. Certainly from our perspective, a lot of us are working from home. So are there office services and office consumables that we can look at reducing down? So the frequency that the cleaners are coming in, if there's any regular deliveries that you're having of groceries, food, milk, anything like that, can those be cancelled? If you've got any non-contractual subscriptions as well, if you have stood down employees, if you furloughed employees, is it that you need as many users having access to these softwares? Can you cancel any delivery subscriptions that you might have? And also thinking about loans that you're paying for as well. Can you apply for any loan holidays? You need to be mindful, of course, that the interest is still going to accrue on those loan holidays, but it will just help you keep your cash in the bank for a little bit longer. Another thing that's really key, so kind of our third recommendation, is to diversify your current business model. So it's been in the press recently that Brewdog have stopped producing beer, and they're actually using their production lines to make hand sanitizer, which, given the current climate, is an excellent example of innovation. And also we've heard of manufacturers as well who are now using their production lines to make parts to support the production of respiratory equipment. Again, with the current climate, something that's really useful. Thinking about smaller businesses and businesses more local to us, we've seen pubs and bars in the local area, since they've been closed down, now beginning to offer delivery services. So they've set up and generated takeaway delivery menus where people can order online or call up, and they'll give non-contact delivery. One thing that's really key as well is to plan for the future. So, as I said at the beginning, if at the start of this year you sat down and you had a cash flow forecast in place and you had a business plan in place, it's likely that there's going to be some serious adaptations that need to be made to that now. If you were sort of saving up a lot of cash with the hope to buy assets at the end of the year, is it that now you can save that cash and use it now where it's needed, and perhaps look to loan those assets instead while interest rates are really low? There's great software out there as well that if you've got your accounting records in the cloud, it can intelligently, artificial intelligence can produce those cash flows for you. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're having to pay lots in accounting fees to get those cash flow forecasts generated. It's something that you could, begin to look at yourself. And the other thing that we recommend as well is thinking about the assets that you've got and not letting them sit idle. So if you've got lots of tools or machinery that you're not going to be using for your own production at the moment, is it that you can hire that out or loan them out for better use? If you've got an LGV van, can you offer that to supermarkets to support with the increased demand for delivery? Or again, if you've got empty office space, empty buildings as a result of your workforce being furloughed or working from home, can you use that space for something else? So just thinking about how you can generate revenue, while your assets are not being used. If you'd like to speak to me, get in touch or get some further information, my email address and the website for Harrison, Bill & Owen is appearing on the screen now.
Thank you again to Pippa and the team at HB&O for giving up their time and getting those tips together to get them onto the video so that we can share them with you guys. We really, really appreciate it. Hopefully you found them useful, and we will see you again in the next video.